So an alert, as we showed it to our audience at home, saying that there was an incoming missile, that people should take an immediate shelter. But again, this was a false alarm. This has just happened. It wasn't real. It was a false alarm. I imagine a lot of tough questions will be asked next.
Oh, a lot of questions, because Hawaii has been preparing for this for some time. The threat of a ballistic missile from North Korea. People who live on the island are aware that warnings would be going out on occasion, but those warnings would be drills, and it would be clear that they were drills. In this case, it said this is not a drill, you need to take shelter. So you can imagine people have a lot of questions here. There are also a lot of Canadians on the island of Maui, a lot of Canadians who are unaware of the preparations that have been going on here. So a lot of them are very confused. I think Department of National Defense and the Hawaii...
Okay, that's enough of that. So, Hawaii, are you guys okay? This pretty much, that's my first question that I have. I'm not exactly sure what all went on today, but I figured I had to share my thoughts on this situation and help everyone to understand that being safe times such as these is paramount. Being prepared for what may or may not happen is very important. I don't want to be too serious. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist and say, oh, the world is about to end or anything like that. That's truly not what I'm trying to say here, but I want everyone to understand, you never know what might come over the horizon. It might be a missile, right? I mean, that's metaphorical. You don't know what might come over the horizon, but literally, you never know if there might be a missile that comes down and hits you on top of the head. Now, I don't believe that we should catastrophize the situation and try and see things from the worst possible perspective. But I think that in a time like this, it's important to understand you don't know what's going to happen, and it's important to prepare, okay? It's important to have a plan. It's important to have resources if you need them. It's important to have certain amenities and sustenance if you need them, okay? And I don't mean that you need to build a bunker and live in the bunker exclusively or anything like that. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous, but it is important to understand that in times like these, nobody's going to win in a nuclear war, okay? A nuclear war, nobody's going to win. It's complete destruction. I mean, even 1 or 2 nuclear weapons, that's a lot of damage. And today was a big scare. Thankfully, again, nothing came of it, but you never know, right? In this case, it seems like there was somebody in the Navy, was on a ship and hit a button by accident, and that sent out a distress signal that there was a ballistic missile coming in. Luckily, nothing came of this, but it still shows that the world is only, at most an hour away from complete destruction if something goes wrong. If something goes wrong. And that's a big if. We don't know when a nuclear, attack might happen. We don't know if Kim Jong-un might just one day decide, something, this is one too many threats from Donald Trump. I'm pressing my button. I'm sending nuclear weapons to the United States. This may or may not happen. Just so everyone understands, just because the Cold War is over doesn't mean that there aren't lots and lots of nuclear weapons that still exist. There are probably, I don't know the exact numbers, but there are thousands, certainly, that still exist within the United States. In fact, there are many that exist close to my own home here in North Carolina. I'm quite sure that there are nuclear silos near Fort Bragg. And so this is the important thing that it's instructive to understand. We don't know when a nuclear threat might be real. And that's why it's always important to have a plan together and be prepared. And it's unfortunate that we live in times like these where we still have these types of weapons around. I myself would be a huge advocate for just getting rid of them, if that would be a possibility. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to be anytime soon. There isn't a whole lot that we could do in this situation to help fix what's going to happen. At least, not any one of us individually. And so that's why I decided that soon I'm going to start a series where I'm going to type letters, read them on camera, and send those letters to my own state representative about certain issues that I feel need to be covered in political debate, and certain things that are going on in the world, and certain things that I hope my state representative would do. I personally right now don't even know who my state representative is, but I'm going to figure out who that is, and I'm going to send them letters. I'm going to invite all of you to go on this journey with me. I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Peace out.